Welcome, friends, to our Friday's class titled Yoga for Stress Reduction. I have nicknamed this class Release to Receive. So this class is based around becoming aware of our tensions in our body and maybe some old ideas that we roll around in our head that increase our fear and our anxiety and our worry. So this whole idea of yoga for stress reduction is a mindful practice to bring us right where we are right now in this moment. For today's class, you will need a 2-inch block and or a blanket folded over so it's approximately 2 inches high, because you're going to get to choose what is comfortable for you. And then I have a bolster, but really we're just looking for a couple of big pillows to hold the space when we begin to fold our bodies. All right, so let's start here. Bring yourself to the mat. Okay, start seated for a moment and begin rubbing your fingertips on your forehead. Okay, so sense the fingertips on the forehead. Maybe relax the shoulders back and down a little bit. Okay, so the body is really very interesting. It has energetic lines. So I'd like you to kind of shift your massage towards your hairline. Okay, so right where the hair meets the forehead. And just a gentle pressing, not an overdo. And as you come to that place, know that you are beginning to reduce your back tension by massaging this line. Okay, friends. Welcome to class. Release the massage, and now bring yourself down onto the mat in constructive rest. Welcome to class. Okay, so I am going to use the 2-inch block below my pelvis as I come down. So as we come down into constructive rest, you slide the block underneath and then check in. Maybe you put something underneath your head. Maybe your head is comfortable on the mat, but beginning this process of slowing down enough to find your comfort level. Okay. And then once you're there, place your hands somewhere on your abdomen and allow yourself to breathe consciously, just noticing. All right, so becoming aware. Maybe notice the belly rise a little bit as you inhale, and the belly lowers a little bit as you exhale. Sense the shoulders releasing into the earth. And then once again, take your fingers to that hairline and massage that hairline. Maybe you even take the top of your skull. Just sense whatever that is. Maybe the sound in the hair, maybe the gentle pressure from the finger pads or from the forehead. All right, using the body to become embodied in that felt sense. Okay. And then once again, let your arms settle. Maybe they settle on your body. Maybe they settle by your sides. And then slide the left leg out. Okay. And then once that left leg is out, My bolster is there, but you don't need to prop the foot up. Just let the leg go out. This place of holding tension in the body shows up pretty regularly in lower back and tight hip flexors. So from this place right here, let's explore adding a little bit of tension to feel the release. Okay, so squeeze on that left leg a little bit. As you squeeze on that left leg, you might start to feel the pelvis roll you a little bit and then release. So do that a couple of times. Squeeze on the buttocks, squeeze on your leg muscles, and then release. One more. Squeeze, feel the tension, feel the release. Okay, now pause here. Soften your eyes. Sense any tension patterns in the body. Okay, nice and easy. Slide that foot back in. Draw your palms together and reach your fingertips straight up towards the ceiling. Okay, lengthen out through your elbows and notice as you lift those shoulder heads off of the mat, you can feel the head move. Maybe the chin lifts up, maybe the chin drops down. And then release the shoulder heads down to the mat. Soften your elbows a little bit and sense the tension of the upper back releasing. Okay, let's just do that 2 more times. Reach up, fingertips reaching toward the ceiling. Feel the shoulder heads pull up and off of the mat. Notice how the core muscles turn on to support, and then relax the shoulders down. Notice your breathing pattern. Okay, once again, let everything settle. Pause here for a moment. And then slide the right foot out. Add a little bit of tension in that right leg, so squeeze on the right buttock and feel how that shifts your body a little bit. So proprioception, making that mind-body connection. When we engage those leg muscles, what happens to the body? Where does it go? What does it feel like? So when we're stuck in old patterns, it's below our consciousness. So we're consciously adding a little bit of tension and releasing, a little bit of tension and releasing, and then just let the water settle. If the mind is like a waterfall, that's okay. Turn your attention to your breath. And just one more. Okay, when you feel ready, pull that leg back in. Palms come together, drift your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Feel your shoulder heads come off of the mat. As you do that, you might notice just a tiny tilt of the pelvis, abdominals engaging lightly, and then lower your shoulder heads down slowly. Soften your elbows if that makes sense in your body. Okay, in your time, in your way, you'll reach up, your breath will figure itself out. Right? Just make sure you are breathing. Right? That holding pattern shows in the breath as well. And then let the arms settle down by your side. Just let everything be for a moment. What's here now? Okay, let's turn our attention to creating a little bit of core strength or a container, right? So a container that allows us to have a little bit of strength and courage to be with whatever is present now. So anywhere it makes sense with your hands, lift up the left heel. Okay, so you lift up the left heel and then just notice the foot. So maybe you notice the sensation in the ball of the foot. And then begin drawing your abdominals in and up towards your heart. And as you do that, you'll feel this little tiny scoop, and that's your deep transverse abdominis muscles turning on. All right, so those deep core muscles. Now, from that steady place, begin lifting that toe up, and then bring that knee or that leg into a tabletop, and then lower the toe back down, keeping the core steady. Okay, so light core engagement the whole way. Let's just do 4. Inhale, lifts it up, lower it down. See if you can be with the whole movement. Be curious about it. Where is the sensation? Right, so those hip flexors, we want them to be able to work in coordination with our deep core muscles. Okay, the next time that foot gets down, walk it just a little bit away from you, and then let the knee drift out to the side in like a half butterfly. Maybe you use your hand to support your leg, because now you're releasing the chain to the hip flexors by opening through those adductors. Okay, just notice what it feels like. I have a lot of holding in this left leg, so I have to kind of like give it a little comfort. Right, it may go down to the floor, it may just be just slightly off the midline. Whatever it is, it's already here. All is well. Okay, draw that knee back up, pull that knee back in, and then once again, palms go together. Shift your fingertips towards the ceiling, lift your shoulder heads up. Now be curious, can you sense more of this now? Can you sense the whole of the front body lightly contracted? Using that tension on the front body to release the tension in the back body. And then I'll let the shoulder heads come down. Be curious what happens with the head. Okay, be all in. Study yourself. Let's do 3 more. Breathe your way through. And you finish your 3, relax the shoulder heads down. Pause here for a moment. What's here now? And then begin lifting your right heel up. So as you lift your right heel up, feel the gentle press of the ball of your foot. Right, sort your hands comfortably, supportive, and then start to tone your abdominals in and up towards your heart, accessing those deep abdominal muscles. Okay, begin floating that foot up into tabletop. And then let's find the breathing pattern. Inhale, tap down. Exhale, knee back into tabletop. Let's do 5 more rounds. Can you release the upper back, face, and neck and keep the work below the belly button? Okay, the next time that toe taps down, walk it a little bit away from you, right? So walk that foot a little bit away and then guide that knee out to the side in some variation of a half butterfly. Just notice, does this side open a little bit further or a little bit less? Sometimes the mirror neurons in the brain, when we open one side, it allows for more opening on the other side when we get there. Just notice what's here. Right? So the noticing is that awareness without trying to change it, just letting it be, whatever it is. Okay, roll that knee back up, come off of the prop, and then roll yourself to the side and begin drawing yourself back up to a seat. I'm fixing my microphone for a second. Okay, well, so once you end up in a seat, you might consider sitting on the 2-inch block or on the blanket to start. Let the legs go long and then reach your arms behind you and retract your shoulder heads. Okay, as you retract your shoulder heads, you may notice the chin naturally comes down towards your collarbones. So just give yourself a moment to be in that noticing of the chest. All right, so my right side is a little tighter than my left side, creating that habit of just noticing without judging or criticizing. Just notice as you begin to slow down a little bit. What's it feel like to slow down a little bit? And then let's release off of this, come off of the block for a moment so we have a little bit more space to move. Lean back with your knees bent and your knees a little bit wide. And we're going to come into windshield wiper only to the left at first. Okay, so let's go slow. Drop that left knee over to the left. Right, and I may be in opposition right now to you. And then bring it back up. So maybe you want to join with me with your right leg. And let's just stay on this side first. Dropping that right leg down. Left leg comes with it, and notice. Right? Maybe you notice your feet as you roll to the outer edge of one foot and the inner edge of the other one. Just notice how the body adjusts. Okay, be curious at how the tension lines run in your body. And next time the knees come over to that side, shift yourself up and then pull the left leg back and the right leg in. Right, so I call this swirly pigeon. So we're going to begin creating a little bit of space in the pelvis. Place your left hand on your left hip and then roll your left hip forward and then roll it back. So go slow, roll it forward and roll it back. Right, and your range may not be the same as mine. Whatever it is, just let it be enough. Just notice what's here now. Okay, now once the brain gets acclimated towards rolling the pelvis, now let's add the nose. When you roll the pelvis forward, lift the chin or lift the nose a little bit. And then when you roll it back, drop the chin and the nose. Okay, so this is a somatic movement. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Releasing tension from the pelvis. Okay, and then the next time you come up, twist your body over to the right lightly. Let the chin drop down towards the chest. Feel the neck muscles release. And soften your breath. Okay, run the tension line from your forehead, behind your head to the back of your neck, to your upper back. Scan your mid-back all the way down to the low back. Feel that pelvis rolled forward. And see if you can give your body an overall direction to soften just a little bit. Just soften a little bit more. Okay, nice and easy. Let's come out of that. Lean back once again, and then let's find that windshield wiper over to the left. Okay, roll that left leg and right leg. Be all in, right? So sometimes this can be a place where you can check out. Use the movement to tune back in. Embody it. When we're embodied, we give the mind a place to go, a place to settle. It reduces the fear and anxiety. And when that fear and anxiety is left unchecked, it begins to take our nervous system into that dorsal place, that stuck place. Okay, the next time the knees roll over to the left, slide the right leg back, pull the left heel in. Lean in any way that makes your body a little more comfortable. Maybe you even lean on a bolster. Place your right hand on the hip, and here's that same movement. Roll the hip forward and roll the hip back. Okay, be curious. Move in a way that says, this is comfortable. Make it as small as you need to grow the neuroplasticity of comfort and care for our bodies. Most of us have old patterns of mistreating our bodies, mistreating ourselves. Right? And part of that is simply the default mode network of the brain. And just waiting for that other shoe to fall. Okay, now let's make it bigger. Roll it forward, lift your nose. Drop your chin in your nose as you roll it back. Feel the movement in your body. Okay, the next time you roll it up, pause, and then take that right hand over the midline and find your twist. Maybe you twist a little bit deeper on me. On this side, I have a little bit of restriction. So I practice being honest with myself and not forcing myself into an aesthetic of having it look like something. Be with yourself. Breathe. Maybe drop the chin down. And then notice that line of tension from the forehead to the back of the neck, upper back to low back. Let this twist be enough. Breathe. Okay, slowly unfurl. And this time, let your knees and your hips be in alignment. Send the hands behind you for a moment. Retract your shoulders. So here's the chest opener. Drop the chin down towards your collarbones. Okay, and sense the opening or any tightness in the chest area, back of the neck, and breathe. Okay, walk your hands up to your shins. Maybe you walk your feet a little bit away from you to give yourself some more space. And then let's see how that mobility translated of opening of the hips translates to this movement. All right, tip your tailbone forward, curl, pause here, sense your upper back, and then let's begin creating a little bit of core strength and spinal flexibility. Inhale, lift up, roll your tailbone back, lift your chest, retract your scapula. Exhale, round out. Feel your core muscles drawing in and up towards your heart. Be curious about your strength. Enjoy it. Right? Allowing the release of tension to create a little bit of space to receive joy, happiness, peace. Okay, the next time you sit tall, draw your hands behind your knees, lean back just a little bit, and then draw your elbows into your sides and drop the shoulder blades down. Okay, so this is a really powerful boat. You don't need to go anywhere further if this suits you. Or maybe you're a little bit curious by lifting the right toe up just a little bit. Just notice how that feels. Curious about the tension line, flex the foot and feel where that muscle tension goes. And then nice and easy, lower it down, let the knees go out to the side in bound angle. And this is where you're going to grab a hold of a pillow. Maybe on the legs, maybe close to your body, and allow the prop to hold you here. Okay, just notice. And so for me, even though the activity was in my right leg, the reverberation or the sensation here is in my left leg. So be curious, wholeheartedly be curious. Where is the tension in your body? Okay, sense your lower back. Okay, and then once again, let the crown of the head lift up, place the prop over to the side, let the knees come up, and then hands behind the knees, lean back, drop the shoulders back and down, feel your core muscles turn on, and then option to stay here or to lift the left foot. Okay, if you're curious where that tension line can go, flex the foot and notice how the sensation changes. Just paying attention. Nice and easy. Lower that leg down and then once again, come into that bound angle with some propping. Pull it close to you. Maybe the heels are close to the body. Maybe the heels are a little bit away. And then once again, once you get there, rub the forehead there. That's that deep back line. And then drop into stillness. Maybe you support your head, maybe you don't. All right, take those extra moments to nurture yourself. You can sense the back body opening a little bit. And then let's shift that curiousness to the breath. Right, that even exchange of taking in and releasing out. Okay, slowly lift the head and then slide your left leg out to the side. Pull the right heel in a little bit. And then same thing, fold forward. Let your body find some comfort. Okay, sense your back body. Notice how the tension line moves around a little bit. When we allow ourselves to take in that the sensation changes, our thoughts and feelings change. We become less identified or over-identified with the holding. Okay, give yourself another moment here. What's here now? Lift the crown of the head. Just place the prop to the side for a moment. Bend the knee on the long leg and then hug your knee. Pull your body towards your knee. Drop your head down. Okay, if you don't like your hands underneath, then maybe you put your hands on top. But the whole idea of simply drawing your spine closer to this lever, right, creating a little more spaciousness in the lower back. Breathe. Embrace this moment with the breath. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. Let whatever it is come. Let whatever it is go. Okay, slowly release. Come back up. Pull the other leg in. Lengthen out through that right leg. And then once again, bring the prop close to your body. Okay, check in. So make sure that the pelvis is in neutral or rolling forward, because that will help let the back stretch out a little bit. Okay, so lean forward once again. Go to the rubbing the hairline, and just know when you're doing this, you're doing one of those Tom Myers spiral lines of the body, and it's called the deep back line. All right, so it's the end point for the back line. Okay, now let the mud settle. Right, that non-doing. Notice what's here now. And if the thought patterns start to drift away into a story, you can use those words. Let it be. It's enough. Whatever it is, it's enough. Okay, notice the back muscles here. And then let's change the back stretch slightly by lifting up. Take the prop out. And then bend the knee on the right and hug it to you. Okay, bringing the chest closer to the thigh and then relax the head. Feel the stretch in the back body, how it's changed. Maybe the sensation got a little brighter. Okay, stay with the sensation wherever it is in your body. Breathe. Let the breath expand and deepen. And notice how it's already shifted. It can get louder, it can get softer. We're simply noticing that it shifts. Okay, friends, come on up. And then let's draw ourselves down onto the mat. Keep the 2-inch block handy. Maybe you put something underneath your head. And let's start in a windshield wiper twist. So let the legs go wide. And then drop your knees over to the right and use the 2-inch block to prop your legs up. Okay, if it doesn't feel comfortable to do that, maybe you just simply come into your regular place. So give yourself a moment to see if that prop will work for you. Just experiencing the twist in a different way. Right, so those habitual patterns require us to do something different, to be able to experience it in a different way. Slowly draw the knees back up into center. Pull both knees into your chest. A gentle rocking. Sense the sensation at the lower back. And then let's find the other side. Toes come down. Windshield wiper knees. Or maybe you like the pillows. Just allow the leg that's in the internal one. So I am twisting over to the left. So my right knee, just allowing that hip to soften, that leg to soften. Okay, notice if there's any resistance here. And then let the knees come back up into neutral. Now take the block underneath the back of the pelvis. Walk your legs to a comfortable place. Okay, a little bit of squeeze and release of the legs. All right, so squeeze, cultivate a little squeeze, and then feel the tension release. Return to the place where the palms are together, reaching up towards the ceiling. Pull your shoulder heads up, so that's a little tension added to the shoulders, and then release it all the way down. Okay, do that 2 more times. Okay, now let's let the bones settle. So maybe you stay here in constructive rest. Maybe you tent the knees together, right? Maybe you slide your legs out. Okay, tap into what's going to feel comfortable for you. Just let it all settle. The action of non-doing. Reducing that place of overwhelm when anxiety, fear, and worry grabs a hold. Mindfulness and non-doing will reduce that overwhelm. Sense the sensation in the lower back. and then gently press and lift up off the block. Maybe put it behind your head to support your head as you start to walk your legs out. Let it all settle. Maybe squeeze on the leg muscles lightly, and then feel all that musculature soften. Maybe pull your shoulder heads up a little bit and forward, and then feel your shoulders soften, your abdominals soften. It's enough. Offer yourself kindness as you rest here for a few more minutes. Be free. Okay, call yourself back. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. And then tune in. Maybe you continue to rest here or closing class with a tall seat and 3 chants of Om. Just allowing our yoga practice to create some space, to let go of old habitual patterns in our mind and in our body, to be able to receive and welcome it all. Okay, formulate an intention from your heartfelt desire. Breathe in. Oh. 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 The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste.